Raise hands if you think you could hang with the illest. My punchline smack, go get you some painkiller. Willow mixed with 50.
Welcome to the Kickback. I'm your host Lex with today's very special guest, Marv, the man, the legend. First of all, how are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm great, thank you. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm excited.
Excited to be here.
So, you're live in the garden video. I have to start off talking about it because literally the energy was crazy. Like when you started jumping, I started jumping too when I was watching the video. Like, tell me a little bit about that.
I did it live in the garden with Concept's a really good friend of mine. I actually he's an amazing person, but I hold my lyricism to a very high standard. Mm-hmm. So and he definitely somebody that I admire as a lyricist. So yeah, that was the second video we've done together.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So,
okay, yeah, it was like that. And you did it over the Kanye West and Little Pump. Yep. I love the instrumental, which was dope. So, with everything going on with Kanye West, his crazy antics, are you still a Kanye West fan?
Yeah, 100%. I do think that he goes off and do some weird stuff sometimes. And mm-hmm. I might not believe in everything that he believes in, or I might not stand with all of his viewpoints, but yeah. That's still my guy.
Right. I know, with the MAGA hat and everything, I try to think about that too much because, Kanye is such a talented artist. I know you've seen that viral video of him wearing the all white,
yeah,
and, the choir behind him.
Yeah, that looked crazy.
Yo,
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, he got me really excited about his new music. So I like that Kanye. If, he sticks to that Kanye, I think a lot more people can forgive the other stuff.
But it's almost I just think because the platform that he's created for himself, people don't allow Kanye to grow and become they still expect the graduation, late registration Kanye, and he's that's 20 years ago.
Right.
So he's clearly a different person. He has different thoughts, and I think people don't understand that Kanye's always been political. He was the guy that jumped on TV and said George Bush didn't care about black people.
Right.
So he's always had those thoughts, and I just feel I don't know. I don't get too much into the MAGA hat and that because if you think about it, Trump did win the election, so I'm sure there was plenty of others that voted for him that's in the closet.
Right.
He just doesn't care who knows.
He's more vocal.
But yeah, it's a lot of people. I can imagine it's a lot of people that you would be surprised about. Oh, you voted for Trump.
Right.
Yeah, it's because with Trump, his stance is weird of and it's very disrespectful to the energy that he creates. Mm-hmm. But on a business side, what he's trying to do, if that applies to you, you're rich with a business and trying to take tax breaks and stuff like that, I could imagine all of those people voted for him so mm-hmm. that what he's doing would help what they're doing.
Right.
But they're never going to come out and say that. They're never going to wear the hat there. So I don't know. I just think it's just our community, we don't take lightly to we take lightly to stuff like that, but it's I think it inspired a conversation. So
it did. It definitely sparked a conversation. And I think with us, with the black community, I think it's just confusion because, like you said, he got on stage and said George Bush doesn't care about black people. Well, what makes you think President Trump cares about black people?
Exactly.
So I think we're just a little confused, Kanye, what's going on in that head of yours? But I think he has a lot of issues going on that we don't know about, of course, and I think he will eventually leave all that behind and be the Kanye that everyone wants him to be.
I mean, the Kanye everybody wants him to be is still in there. That's how you get flashes of the video with him in the all white. Mm-hmm, and he's still the same Kanye, I think, but his platform grew so wild and it's very in your face. Everybody in the world knows who Kanye West is. So now it's anything he does, anything's just gonna be amplified,
That's very true.
I do feel they don't, and then the world just turns off
mistakes.
Negative. Yeah, mm-hmm. Once you get in that spotlight, it's almost you gotta walk a straight line because the moment you stumble, it's we on.
They're gonna be on you.
Yeah, and that's sadly, and that happens honestly to a lot of people who are have political views and states them out loud. When you look at the Dave Chappelle's, when you look at all of them, they were almost publicly lynched through media because of their stance on certain topics. And that's how I kind of look at the Kanye situation sometimes. Sometimes I think he says some things that he shouldn't say, or maybe he just, I don't want to say it was ignorant, but I'm like, I don't think he did enough research to speak on the way he spoke on it.
Right,
so,
right.
Like the 400 years thing, I think that was very privileged thought.
Yeah, very
Because
privileged.
we sitting here in our comfortable lives now, and we can't really speak about that time we're not in it.
Right.
We can only go off facts, and based off facts, that's what it was.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think if you stick to the music, stick to that Kanye we saw in the all white, because it sounded fire. So is there?
But even Kanye, he had a political album and nobody supported it. When you think of like when he had what's the album? It had New Slaves up there. What was the name of that album? It had Yeezus.
That was a political album?
It's not necessarily political, but all of the topics he tackled was definitely like slavery and all of that. He was real live talking about it, but people won't tune it in. So now, even in my head, I kind of look at him like he tried. He tried to put y'all on game. He tried to represent y'all. Y'all the same people that turned on him when he was trying to represent you. So how can you blame him now when he's just doing whatever he wants to do? He's not looking out for you no more. He tried when he was giving us graduation, late registration, and all of those had crazy content up there. When he gave you My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy that had songs like Lost in This World, who the poet at the end of the song was very political about America and where we stand today. And then he gives you an album like Yeezus with songs like New Slaves and all of them there. And we don't support that Kanye.
I think he did have supporters though.
But it was like everybody considered that his worst album. Even in the interview, he told I forgot who the interview was with, and he had spoken. He was like, "You think I don't know how to make a platinum album?" I mean, and it was almost he was being Kanye. He was like, "I'm Kanye West. If I did this, put that there, added this song or a song like this, everybody would have loved it. But I didn't because I wanted you to listen. And then what do people do? Not listen."
Yeah, so, that's true. That's true.
So.
All right. Well, he gonna get it together though.
Yeah, I got faith in it. I got faith in Kanye.
Me too. So, like, what artists are you listening to now?
Mainstream or?
It could be anybody. Like, when you wake up, you find yourself always listening to this song or this artist.
So, this morning, this is probably not the manliest thing to say.
What?
I was listening to Brandy this morning.
Okay.
I be digging in the crates, so I definitely listen to a lot of stuff. Frank Ocean is a genius. Frank's definitely in the playlist. Brent Fayez, you know who that is?
No, I've heard of it.
The singer that was on Crew.
Oh, okay.
His music's actually 10 times better. He has a lot of music. He has a couple projects out, and he has a group called Saunders Son. It's either group or the group is called Saunders, but I think the project is called Saunders Son.
Okay.
And yeah, he's the lead singer in that. All of his very good music, straight, almost gives you like a 90s R&B feel. So that's definitely in the playlist. Kanye's definitely in the playlist. J. Cole's definitely in the playlist. Yeah.
So like you mentioned like rappers who are, I wouldn't say maybe conscious rappers, like who talk about something, who have substance, have a message, makes an impact in the world, because especially in the Black community, I think we need that. I mean, like mumble rap is cool at a party, trap is cool at a party, but when you're listening to that 24/7 while you're at home, that really gets to your mental. So like when did you realize that music had like a serious impact on people?
Young. Like you be at a funeral and you see somebody sing a song, everybody start crying. It's stuff like that. Or you be somewhere and you at church, for example, and then the choir singing, there everybody's inspired. It's like, like personally, how it makes me feel like going to church as a kid. My favorite part of church was the music. Once the preacher starts talking, that's all. That's perfect. That's great. But a lot of that I feel like is opinionated. And when it comes to digging into knowledge, I think you should definitely, for yourself, do the reading. And then when you have questions, ask the questions to come up with your own understanding. Because opinions can be altered from if you've never been to church. And you come into let's say my church, and I'm the preacher, and I feel a way about certain issues. Now, you don't have any knowledge religiously, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then I kind of impose my beliefs or how I interpret it on you.
Right.
And then that changes how you interpret it now because I've already influenced your thought.
Right.
So I think people should definitely dig for themselves first. And then once you have questions, or once you kind of got like a base understanding, then you can explore.
Absolutely. I like that. I like that answer. And I think Kendrick Lamar had an impact on you because I heard you have a Kendrick Lamar tattoo somewhere.
Yep.
A canine
Definitely.
tattoo. No, I love
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, so I'm interested in hearing about that.
Yeah,
What's the
it's
tattoo?
this one right here. The cross.
Okay.
And it was actually done by Roxy. Roxy, she's a tattoo artist. And it says, I am a sinner who's probably going to sin again. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me.
Wow, that's from his
Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad City. I like that. Now that song really did touch me though because like I was going through a very spiritual time in my life when it came out and like listening to it, like I don't know, it made me feel good. I love his style. I love what he talks about and like I don't know, get out this man.
Yeah, his choice of topics.
I like that though. That's dope.
Yeah, I got it because I don't know. I really like that album. That was like one of the best hip hop albums in our generation. That was definitely like one of the 10. Like if it was like top 10 of our generation best hip hop albums, that's definitely in the top 5 of that 10 because of like what he chose to talk about and how he did it. It was just like crazy. But certain songs just hit because I think unconsciously. I mean, we focus on, sadly, we think of like, okay, this is a sin, that's a sin, this is a sin, that's a sin. And we don't look at like, it's a lot more things that are technically wrong, like wearing mixed fabric.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, like, for real, like you're not supposed to wear mixed fabric. It's like, and nobody knows that.
That's in the Bible.
Supposedly.
Really?
Yes. I haven't read the print for myself, but I have a friend who's gay. And we was having a conversation about like, because people gay bash and stuff like that, and the clapbacks that she hit them with, and when they be having conversations, like, oh, you're not supposed to do that, and and you're not supposed to wear mixed fabrics. And, and it was like, whoa, I was like, for real? I was actually shocked. But it's a lot of things like, because simple as judging's a sin. So
now I know that one.
Yeah, you know, so yet we sit here and say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, and at the end of the day, everybody judging. So I think unconsciously, we all sin because no sin is, heavier than the other.
Right.
No sin weighs more. So, it's just trying to live the best path.
Right.
And trying to walk the best path. So I think we all on different walks, but at the end of the day, you answer to a person. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think your walk is a little different, and I say this because I feel like something that you did was very selfless, and especially like in this generation at this age, it's truly amazing. You have a scholarship that you created, Chase Dreams Scholarship. Tell us a little bit about that, because I thought that was so amazing for you to want to help somebody else, as you pursue your dreams as well.
I've been trying to help for a while. I mentored at a teen center, at Teens with a Purpose for a while, and I've tried to be in community because I think as in hip hop, that's how it all started. And there was way more in the community. Everybody was helping each other out. Everybody was trying to better our community. And that's one thing I think we got away from. So in high school, I had really no ambition to go to college.
Really?
I couldn't get D's or E's because like you couldn't live in my mom's house with D's and E's.
Right,
so she was like, you're not getting no bad grades or you're not living here.
Right.
So that was literally my only ambition to like, well, I can't fail. So let me go to class and let me get these good grades.
Right.
So but I hated school. I didn't think school was for me. I didn't like the structure of it. And it's probably because of the way I was raised. Like my mom raised me like different. It's almost just like it's like the 9 to 5 and the whole structured thing, and let's sit in a classroom in rows and you raise your hand and you wait till I call on you. It's like some like forced discipline from some almost like some dictatorship type society.
Absolutely.
That it's like unless I tell you to do something, you can't even go to the restroom when you have to ask me. I don't know. It was like, but I understand that we need discipline. I understand we need structure. So I understand like the purpose of school, but then I look at the topics and what you learn and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of setting you up for like factory almost, you know,
Right.
a factory is or a 9 to 5, and college sets you up to be an employee and not a boss 99% of the time, in my opinion, because I think it's funny, like, if I start a business without a degree, without any college experience, right, and I start a business, but now you can only work for me, and I need you to have a degree though.
Right.
So it's almost like, and then they make you comfortable. They give you great salaries. Like, oh yeah, I pay you $60,000, $70,000 a year for this job. And that's just making you comfortable enough to quit your dream.
Right.
So that you work on their dream for the rest of your life. So, so that's what I didn't agree with. And I'm a creator. So I created a scholarship for people that I felt were like me. And in senior year, I realized like other people were going to college for like, okay, you got nursing, doctors, lawyers, stuff like that. But the people who was the creators didn't have many scholarship opportunities. It wasn't people like throwing money at people that say, hey, I want to be a fashion designer when I grow up. Hey, I want to be a rapper when I grow up. In high school, everybody thought that was a joke. When I was saying, I was like, I'm going to be signed next year. Everybody was like, well, boy, you better get a job. You better get a job. So they was like, that's not going to happen. But I've always been the one that's just like, I can't see how that's not possible if I listen to people who create music and they live off it all day long. You want to be a doctor, you have a doctor. When you get in trouble and you want to be a lawyer, you actually have a lawyer. So it's people that's already like in these positions. So I don't see how it's far-fetched for someone to want to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the scholarship, and then because creators are not geniuses, so the minimum GPA is 2.5. You have to have over 2.5. You have to be accepted into a college and pursue a career in music, fashion, art.
Okay. So, and they can go to any high school.
Norview High School.
Norview High School.
That's my high school.
Okay. So any people that go to Norview High School, this is a good opportunity. Jump on that. I think that's amazing. People can also donate to this cause as well, right? Yes. As a GoFundMe. Yep, there's a
GoFundMe. At the shows, you can donate. So anytime you see me performing at my merch table, you can always donate. We have a box.
Okay.
That says Shakespeare Scholarship up there where you can just donate to the box, and all of the proceeds go to the scholarship. So.
All right, and there'll be a link to that as well in the bio. All right, so I don't know if you heard or not, but Pharrell is bringing a festival to the 7-5 something in the water. No, but I know like they just came out with an article about it, and apparently like it's like in the works. It's already have the date set, April 26th and 28th.
Beach week.
Now I don't know if it's this year. They haven't said. It's this year.
It was very aggressive timeline. I heard about it. I want to say October, November-ish.
Okay.
And I read in the Virginia Pilot, it was like he's actually pushing for it to be a very aggressive timeline to do it this next beach week. So to my knowledge, it is happening in 19. Okay. But like nobody knows who's searching for the talent. Nobody knows who's talented. Right. So they kind of got this thing under wraps, which makes it, to me, more exciting because like we haven't had anything like that in this area. So.
Oh yeah, it's a big one for the 7-5. Like there's so much, and that'd be cool if he even had like local artists come up. Which I'm hoping he does. He might. You never know. But it's just like there's so much talent and life and culture out here. Like I mean, people just need a platform for somebody to listen. This is a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that. But the only thing I'm worried about is ticket prices. I feel like
I think it's gonna be festival prices, definitely. right. So when you get up to that 100, you get into that 100, 150 and up, it's festival prices because you're not paying for like just a regular concert. You're paying for the entire festival. So like you pay for access for all 3 days.
Right. I thought it was a little affordable. I'm trying to go.
Definitely though.
But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited about that. And as someone who writes his own music, you know, who works hard, you know, hustles, how do you feel about people in the industry who have ghostwriters? Like, there are those who are like considered like the best in the industry, but they have ghostwriters. Do you think that's fair? Or?
If you were saying, I'm a huge rap and hip hop head. If you are a singer, it is 100% allowed.
Okay.
If you consider yourself to be a lyricist, or I mean, I guess rappers, everybody can't write.
Right.
And depending on the workload you have, everybody can't be a Wayne. Because Wayne handled a ridiculously large amount of work for 10 years. He was like on everybody's song. And everybody probably doesn't have Lil Wayne's pen.
He's
so, yeah, he's definitely the man. But when it comes to if you're gonna claim to be the best,
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna claim to say that I'm this guy, we need to know you wrote that.
Right.
Because then it almost changes like how we see you as the artist. It's like that's like J. Cole came and said, I didn't write my lyrics. Everybody would be like, whoa, like come on, man, like I thought I knew you.
Right, right.
Because like we listen to that music and you watch the interviews and you almost feel like you know the person because of like you've been following them for X amount of time. So it'd be heartbreaking to see like a DMX or a Nas or a Jay-Z just be like, yo, I had ghostwriters. And I could imagine, I mean, you bounce ideas.
Right.
You know, but
normal.
when it comes to the pen, and that has to be you. I'm not a fan with like, if you a rapper, I'm a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And you claim to be the best rapper, but I'm writing your raps.
Right.
Nah, I'm not a fan of that.
And that's happening a lot more often in the industry than we think. Like, I've heard a lot.
It's definitely shedding a light to songwriters though, because songwriters been doing that for a long time, and I could imagine it's happened a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been so in the rap. When you get to looking in the credits, then you'll see it.
Right.
Who really reads the credits?
Right. You know, we just hear the music and the beats, see the person, the clothes, the lifestyle. We're like, oh,
he's writing everything. He's the guy.
Right.
And then you read the credits and be like, well, who is that?
Right, but I noticed they're starting to do that though with like music videos. They're starting to add credits and giving people like
more credit.
Yeah,
and that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, for sure. And like with you like writing your own music, obviously you're very talented because Funk Flex, the man himself on Hot 97, like I don't take that lightly. Like he showed you love.
Showed me crazy amount of love, and it was almost surreal. Honestly, like when it happened. So I posted a video and just tagged him. I had no even thought process that he would be like following me or that he would like see the video. You know, you hope that they'll see the video. It's like, yo, but then it's like within seconds, like the video was up to like 29 seconds. And it was like, I'm driving. I had just left the house. I'm driving over the bridge, going towards Norview. And my phone starts going off. And I'm like, what is this? I looked and it was like Funk Flex. And in my head, I was like, oh, somebody trolling me. I was like, somebody trolling me. That's not fun. For real. And I got to the red light and I seen it. And it was the initial comment of him like, I don't know who this is, but whoever this guy is, this song is hot. So it was that. And then like a couple seconds later, he like edited his post and was like, this is basically like.
So he figured out who you were.
Yeah. So like, because the caption was, I don't know who this is, but whoever this is, this is dope. And then like within like seconds or a minute later, he tagged me in the post, and that's when I seen it. And I was like, "Yo, this is wild. This Funk Flex."
Yeah, so you screamed a little bit.
I definitely screamed. I actually got a video. I was like, "Oh,
yo, I don't blame you. Like that's
because I had to send it. I was sending it to my DJ, DJ Lee. I was sending it to him, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he had seen it. They be on stuff so fast.
Really?
Like they be on it way before me. Like, you see this? And I'd be like, no. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But like, I called him. He was turned up too. He was like, yo, for real? And I don't know. It was a great moment. It definitely was inspiring because I've been at this for a while. I've been at this since like junior year of high school. I graduated in 11. So we almost 10 years working towards. So it was definitely inspiring. Like I can. Within my own music and what I've created and to what I create now, I definitely see the progress is ridiculous from when I thought I was nice and to actually putting in the work to become nice. Like, so it was a blessing, and for it to come from like a pioneer in hip hop.
Yeah, that's like, huge. He played the music. Didn't he?
And then he played it.
Yeah,
he didn't have to do that.
Right.
So that's how I looked at it. It was crazy. So he tagged me in a post and posted on his page. And it did crazy numbers, like 40, 50,000 views.
Yo.
So now I'm like, yo, like all these people are seeing my music and everybody's in the comments. I'm going through the comments. Everybody's like, yo, this is crazy, dope, blah, 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 blah. Right. I'm sitting here, straight grin on my face. And, yo, this is crazy. Yo. And then it was like, it was like 2 days later. It's a lady that follows me, she lives in Jersey.
Okay.
And she's riding the car and just the radio on. And apparently he like broke the record on radio So she starts recording and sends the video to me like, yo, he playing your stuff.
Right.
So now I'm screaming again, like,
right.
he playing it. Oh, this is crazy.
Right.
This is, and that's what I was like, oh my God, I can do anything.
Right.
I felt like Superman. So then it got a step better. So after that, you know, it was almost like I'm on a high now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited. And then after that, like a couple days later, he posts his Hot 97 playlist for the month of October, and we was definitely the last spot on the playlist, and the only unsigned artist on the playlist, the only unsigned independent artist on the playlist. So to me, that meant a lot. I was like, yo, I'm on the list with people like French Montana. My producer was going crazy, Calvin Mirage. He was going crazy because like people like Swiss Beats on this playlist, and he produced a song that's on this playlist with Swiss Beats, and so it was just a moment we really enjoyed, and I'm very thankful for that moment because that was dope, and it definitely gave me the chip on my shoulder to just step on the neck. Now I'm going hard. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I'm doing whatever I want. So,
and that's a sign from God, like, hey, keep doing you. Yeah. People are watching. You know, you never know.
And it comes at the times when you start to question. You're just like, yo. Not to say I have a question like I'm gonna stop doing music, but somewhere in the back of your mind, you're always like, yo, I really hope this works. And then what if it don't?
Right.
And what I had to learn was that the what if it don't, you can't do that. And like I went to a trade school in 2013. I'm preparing a backup plan because the world and everybody else tells you always have a backup plan.
Right.
And I personally feel like that was the worst year of my life.
Really?
Like 2013. I was going to school for HVAC. I did get a universal certification for it. And after I did work in the field for a year. And the money was phenomenal, but it was not, I couldn't do anything. I didn't have time to like do anything I love to do. It was like go to work, and I see how people get trapped in that lifestyle because the money's good.
Exactly.
And then, you know, the money's good. You know, stop chasing your dream because you've been paid well enough to chase this dream. Then you get comfortable. And you start a family, and then now you got more hours to give away. Right. So, and then I see how people get trapped, and that was definitely like a scary time for me because I was like, yo, I realized before the year flew by, it was like a year, and I noticed, and I was like, yo, I've been here almost a year. And now I'm like, I'm looking at people who've been there like 10, 20, and I'm like, yo, this probably just went like that for them.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you keep going because, man, I'm telling you, like, you're on your way.
Thank
like,
you.
I see it. Like, you're such a good artist. And, like, I listen to your music. I'm like, yo, Marv is the truth, man. I'm telling you. So did you always know that you wanted to be a rapper, a musician, or creative? Or
I actually played football, like, for all of my childhood. Rec league, high school ball. I was good. I was nowhere near, like, an NFL talent, but I was just the guy. I was like, oh, he can play.
Right.
But he's not the first guy I'm picking. Out of 11 people, he might be the sixth, he might be around 6, 7, but he's definitely not the first. Like, oh, you know how you pick teams? Like, oh, I want him. I got him.
Right, you was not.
I wasn't that guy. I wasn't the guy everybody rushed to get.
Right.
But I could play, well enough to play and make the team. So once I had dreams of going to the NFL, and then like, I don't know, like. I messed up my knee twice. And then I kind of had like a sit down with myself and was like, I'm already not that good. I'm okay. I'm getting by.
Real here.
Yeah, like, I had to be real with myself. Right. Like, and I actually asked myself a question the other day, and I was like, yo, I want to do people who really be real with themselves all the time.
Right.
Like people who make music who's not good at music. I want to do ever sit down and be like, I'm not even that good at music. Like, what am I doing?
I don't think so.
And I was like, yo, and I guess you gotta have real friends.
Right. So I gotta sit down and be like, look, man, you want to try something else?
Yeah, because, music not your thing, bro.
Right.
How do you say that to somebody? Like,
I mean, if you really love them and if you're comfortable enough with them, you can just be like, listen, we need to talk.
Yeah. It's other things in music that you can do.
Right.
Like you can be the guy who records the
artist. Like no hate, no disrespect, but
then one artist, man, are you hating, bro? Like
no, someone's gonna think you hate.
You always hating, bro. I don't like him no more.
Well, hey, they like it better though. Yeah. As they go through, you never know.
Yeah, time. I can Yeah, I'm a firm believer that I just stuttered too. I'm a firm believer that anything you do, like you can get better at it. So if you practice, if my goal is to like be the fastest guy, a 40-yard dash, I could imagine if every day I work to be the fastest guy, eventually I'll be the fastest guy. But progress is the key to everything.
That's right.
Yeah. So I can imagine if you suck at rapping and you work every single day, because I did suck. When I started, I thought I was nice. Well, I definitely wasn't the worst. So I can say I wasn't like some horrible rapper.
Right.
But I knew I wasn't bad, but I wanted to be great. So I literally worked like every day. Or, you know what I'm saying? I worked a lot to like sharpen my tools. So.
That's what's up, and that's all you gotta do. Yeah. Hard work, patience, you just keep going.
So if you're not good at something that you love, you should practice.
Absolutely. And if someone tells you you're not good, don't take it personal. They're probably just trying to help you out.
Yeah, or they hear.
So since you're getting a lot of people are noticing like Funk Flex and all that. People listen to you. Your name is out there, which means record labels and other deals are going to be coming to you. Does that kind of, I don't know, make you shy away from it? Because I think it was Blueface. He did like an interview and he didn't even know.
Who he was signed to?
And it's just like, no, that's what they do to you. They corrupt you. They tell you lies.
If you're ignorant, I feel like that can happen easily. If you don't, that's why everybody should learn their own business. You should learn the business behind what you're doing. Because, yes, the music is fun, but what you're entering is the music business. You're not entering just music. Yeah, I'm going to put out all the songs, and you're just going to pay me to make music.
Right.
That's not the way it works. It's a lot of things that go into it on a business level. So once your name is involved, I do think you should know a lot about you're the CEO of a business at this point.
Right.
You should know your company.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, because fast money, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably didn't have much, and then, he's got money, girls, clothes, cars, and he's like, oh, okay, sign him, whatever.
Yeah, I can imagine how it happens. Let's say, you're down on your luck, you're broke, you're from the hood, you hurt. Well, not, homeless. That could be a situation too. You could be really down and somebody oh, I think you're talented. I'm gonna sign you. Just sign here. I'm gonna give you $1 million. Who's in a bad position gonna read them that word? No. They like $1 million. You sure you can give me $1 million? That's the only part they make it sure. Okay, I get $1 million. I'm getting out of here. And they're gonna sign it and not know what they got themselves into. Because a lot of people that you study as artists, because I be trying to study people's come up. So I know, because people, when they actually get it right, they speak about all the mistakes they made. Yeah, I did that. I should have did that. So I actually watch a lot of people's documentaries and before they were famous and how they got started and stuff like that, so that I'll know the mistakes they made. Okay, he said that didn't work. So now I gotta watch out for that. So it's just little tips, but doing your own research definitely help.
You smart.
Yeah, I be trying to.
People don't think that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's. If I offer you $1 million and I'm a label and I offer you $1 million, you have to know that you gonna make your money back and more. If you giving me $1 million, you finna make $5 minimum. It's a business, and people don't think like that. So if you offer me $1 million, I'm like, okay, what are you making?
Right.
Because I kind of want a bigger piece of the pie. If you about to be making $10 million. When you just giving me one, I'm getting robbed.
Right.
But people don't think like that. From the slums, and you see $1 million, and half of us never seen $1 million before. We don't know any millionaires. Ain't no millionaires in our family. So you see the opportunity, you jump on it, and then later on, now that you have more money, which is still, they done got you for millions and millions at this point. But now you're making a little more money, and you're not in the slums anymore. You're like, man, I should have read that because I could have made. They made $10 million off me. I could have made 9 out of that 10, or you know what I'm saying. It could have been more beneficial, and you could have made a lot more money. But at that point, it's already passed. That money gone.
Right.
So yeah.
All right. So upcoming artists, you hear that? Do your research.
Do your research. Don't just jump. And it's sadly though, because for unsigned independent artists, we look for opportunity. So I've took some L's.
Really?
I've definitely took some L's. Submitting things, they gonna this and third. Oh, submit to this, and you submit it and send whatever fee they ask for, and then it's like, man,
Oh.
yeah, you get got, but
no.
that's definitely part of the road. So learning what to invest in and learning what investments help you more as an artist is definitely something to look into more so than just jumping in. Oh, you gonna let me do this? Okay, here's $150.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you have a manager who helps you with all this? No,
me.
it's all you.
It's a trial and error, and I think for the last 2 years I've had to figure out. It's been working, so I kind of figured it out. I got to figure what not to do and what to do. So yeah, I started at this run of like investing in myself and traveling and doing shows in different places and stuff like that early. So I made a lot of those mistakes like 2013, 2014, because when I quit the 1 hour heat and cooling job. I quit that in 2014, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna pursue this music 100%. I'm gonna give it all I got. So the job of picking up, and I do think if you're out there and you're trying to make your music a career, don't get me wrong. Everybody says like, oh, you don't need a job. Why get a job? A job is a tool for anybody chasing any kind of dream. I don't care if you want to be, you want to make your own clothing line or whatever you want to do. People are like, oh, you shouldn't get a job, just do this. No, a job can be a tool. Just don't get trapped in a job because you need the job to make the money to invest in yourself. Then once you invest in yourself to the point where your investment, if you work your investment, you can keep going. Then you don't need the job.
That's right.
But people, you get the job and forget the money is a tool.
Right.
So you stop using it as a tool and you start depending on it. And then,
you're right. You're absolutely
that's
right.
when you get in that loop.
You get stuck in it. You get comfortable, too.
Yeah, it's real comfortable.
You're like, I'm making money here. Why would I do this? I might end up broke.
It's the easy money. Yeah, people are afraid to take risks. You can't be afraid to take risks.
That's right. You gotta be fearless. I'm trying to be fearless.
Forget it. You're the only one on your deathbed.
That's right.
Ain't nobody laying there with you. All them decisions. That's my biggest fear. I don't want to be laying there. Like let's say you're in the hospital. The priest come to see you. Right. He know it's over. You know it's over, and you sitting there thinking like, man, I could have did all this with my life. I could have did that. I stopped chasing that. I could have did this, and you didn't. And then you sitting there with all the regrets. And you can't fix it. They're like, yo, give me a second chance.
Right.
Nah, you can't fix it. So that's my biggest fear. I don't want to go out like that.
That's right.
I want to lay there, even if I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure it's going to work.
Oh, it
but
is.
even if you're the person and whatever you were chasing don't work, and maybe it was something else that ended up working, and you love that more, but you would know that because you went at that one.
That's right, you tried.
Yeah.
That's right. So what's next for Marv P?
A lot of music this year.
Okay.
I haven't released a lot of music in the past because I do believe our generation we have like an attention disorder as an entire generation.
Yes,
so,
for real.
So I don't believe in like flooding content, as in like too much.
Okay.
So, but I haven't gave enough, but because I was trying to figure it out, I wanted to make sure I knew what I needed to know before I just put out 15,000 songs and nobody hears them.
Right.
Yeah.
Artists are doing that now. Like people in the industry are doing that now. Just throwing stuff out there, and the quality is
because they're not taking their time. They just they're focusing on the money behind it and probably the streams and all that. If I put out 20 songs, it's easy to get 20 streams. Other than if I put out one song and try to get 20 streams,
Right.
So that's, I guess, the approach people take into it. Yeah, but
trying to stay relevant. So they think they're gonna be forgotten if they don't come out with something now.
Yeah, but if you come out with quality, if you come out with substance, how can I forget something I fell in love with? Like,
absolutely.
People don't forget things that are great. You forget things that are good.
Right.
Because you find other things that are good.
Right.
So like in music, like if someone dropped an album today, we're gonna be bumping it all this week, and then somebody's gonna drop an album in 2 weeks, and we're not even gonna listen to the album no more. But people don't live with music no more. Like you was asking, like who's on the playlist. People not waking up putting these albums in their everyday lives.
Right.
So it's supposed to be on to the next. So as artists, I can imagine the artists feel rushed. So it's like, okay, I got that. Now so-and-so got to shine. Now they kind of not listening to that anymore, so I need to come back with something else. It's like, nah, just live your life, man.
Right,
Yeah.
take your time.
That's why I feel like the people that are doing that are like the biggest artists in the game. Like, you don't see Kendrick flooding the game.
Right.
But J. Cole's flooding them now, but he's killing them with content. I think he has like a deeper meaning behind what he's doing as
Oh,
working
yeah.
with a lot of the younger people and stuff like that. He's trying to help them, I guess. Like,
He's trying to get respect on his name because when he was kind of like in the shadows, like he said in a verse, he was like, you know, I was kind of hiding, but now y'all didn't want that, so now I'm about to go on everybody's song. You about to see me everywhere because, you know, I was trying to be cool, laid back, but y'all didn't want that, so he about to be out there because Cole is the man, and I think maybe sometimes he doesn't get the respect that he deserves.
Definitely not. Definitely not. But anybody who's real, all the transparent people don't get respect. Because we know who they are.
Right.
And people be out here respecting all these people with all these images up. Oh, you a killer. Okay. Who's ever seen you kill somebody?
Right.
Like, are you? A lot of people not even living a life that they are rapping about.
No.
Yeah, so like me, I listen to some trap, honestly. I listen to some mumble, some trap. It's some of it in my playlist. Like I listen to Kevin Gates. I listen to The Baby. I listen to a little bit of Lil Baby. And it's NBA Youngboy. But I gotta believe it.
Right.
If I can't believe it, like even like out here, people be rapping about whatever they want to rap about. But then when you see them in person, it's like, yo, I'm gonna look you dead in your eyes. Like I kind of don't even believe you on stage rapping about you do this, that, and the third. Then I'm looking you dead in your eye, and I kind of don't see that person. So
right.
You're just a great author.
Right. I like that. You're a great author.
You should write books instead.
I like that.
You should write books instead of songs.
Yeah, because even Offset, who just dropped his album, The Father of Four, he was on The Breakfast Club and he was talking about, I'm getting older now, so I can't talk about all this lean and all this stuff anymore, which is great. I just want him to put action behind his words. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people in every generation looking up to him.
Yeah, definitely. So like, then sadly you get people like Future, and like people in love with him. But he's like if you think about, he's the most negative person you ever listen to.
He doesn't do the stuff that he talks about.
This man said, "You gonna have to be what did he say in the song? He was like, you gonna have to be on codeine to think of this shit." Or something like that. Excuse my language.
No, you're fine.
But quote, like he said that, and I was like, yo, like somebody really gonna try that.
Right.
Like, I want to be like Future.
Oh, sure,
drink some lean and come up with some music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like whoa.
They glamorize and that stuff.
Yeah, then you said it like it's like there's people out here dying from that, like, but they don't care.
Oh no, they making money.
Yeah, but that's a different conversation they're gonna have to have when their time is.
Right.
That's a different conversation they're gonna have to have. It's not my job to like, that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what I would do.
Right.
But I don't look at him different for what he does, but I wouldn't take that road.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you working on like an album mixtape right now?
Both.
Both? Okay.
So we're 2 releases into 2019.
Okay.
The first release was with the artist named Nicole, and I was featured on that song, and that came out Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Borders.
A vibe.
You like it?
I loved it. It was so smooth. I don't know. And her voice. Girl.
Yeah, she's very talented. And then the second one was the Live in the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
That one. My goal is not to miss this entire year. I don't want to miss. So anything I put out, I wanted to stick. So and plus, I made a I won't say a promise, but I had a cocky moment.
Really?
I was like, man, I ain't gonna miss the whole year. They was like, man, you telling me you gonna put out everything you put out this year, and somebody ain't not gonna like something. And I was like, nah, they're gonna like everything.
And that's right. That's confidence.
That's the goal. But I understand if everybody liked you, it'd be weird. So some things for some people.
Right.
Like yeah.
The majority of people gonna like it.
Yeah. If you rock with me and what I do, I think you'll like it.
Okay, I'm excited. So be on the lookout for his mixtape and his album all coming out this year.
Yeah.
Marv P, the man, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had fun.
You're welcome.
All right, you guys. Well, the party is over. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hug up out of here. I'm your host, Lex. I'll see you next time.
I don't think it's on my foot. I was trying to kick him. Yeah. Peace out.
Mixed with 50 with your head, I ain't playing with you. I turn your wife into a widow's what I'm saying to you. I flow like an alcoholic, slit wrist so hot I make them bring back. Damn son, would you find this? In and out the beat.